अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि व कफ़ा व सलामुन अला इबादिहिल्लज़ीना इस्तफ़ा अम्मा बअद फ़अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम फ़ज़्कुरूनी अज़्कुरकुम वश्कुरू ली वला तकफ़ुरून सुब्हान रब्बिक रब्बिल इज़्ज़ति अम्मा यसिफ़ून व सलामुन अलल मुरसलीन वल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला सय्यिदिना मुहम्मदिन व अला आलि सय्यिदिना मुहम्मदिन व बारिक वसल्लम। अल्लाह रब्बुल इज़्ज़त के पाक और प्यारे नाम के साथ आज की इस मजलिस का आगाज़ करते हैं। अल्लाह की तरफ हमतन मुतवज्जे होकर ज़िक्र कीजिए ताकि ज़िक्र हमारे लिए वसीला ज़फ़र बने। अल्लाह रब्बुल इज़्ज़त इसकी बरकत से हमारे दिलों की गिरह को खोल दें, हमारे नफ्स को हमारे काबू में कर दें और इसकी बरक़ात शामिल हाल फरमाएं। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्तग़फिरुल्लाह रब्बी मिन कुल्लि ज़ंबिन व अतूबु इलैहि। अस्तग़फिरुल्लाह रब्बी मिन कुल्लि ज़ंबिन। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला सय्यिदिना मुहम्मदिन व अला आलि सय्यिदिना मुहम्मदिन व बारिक वसल्लिम। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन अर्रहमानिर्रहीम मालिकि यौमिद्दीन इय्याका नअबुदु व इय्याका नस्तईन इहदिनस सिरातल मुस्तकीम सिरातल लज़ीना अनअमता अलैहिम गैरिल मग़दूबि अलैहिम वलद्दाल्लीन। बिस्मिल्लाह अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला सय्यिदिना मुहम्मदिन व अला आलि सय्यिदिना मुहम्मदिन व बारिक वसल्लिम। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अलम नशरह लक सदरक व वदअना अन्क विज़रक अल्लज़ी अनक़ज़ ज़हरक व रफ़अना लक ज़िक्रक फ़इन्न मअल उसरि युस्रन इन्न मअल उसरि युस्रा फ़इज़ा फ़रग़त फ़ंसब व इला रब्बिक फ़रग़ब। अलम नशरह लक सदरक व वदअना अन्क अलम नशरह लक सदरक। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम क़ुल हुवल्लाहु अहद अल्लाहुस समद लम यलिद व लम यूलद व लम यकुल लहू कुफुवन अहद। क़ुल हुवल्लाहु अहद अल्लाहुस समद। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन अर्रहमानिर्रहीम मालिकि यौमिद्दीन इय्याका नअबुदु व इय्याका नस्तईन इहदिनस सिरातल मुस्तकीम सिरातल लज़ीना अनअमता अलैहिम गैरिल मग़दूबि अलैहिम वलद्दाल्लीन। आमीन। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला सय्यिदिना मुहम्मदिन व अला आलि सय्यिदिना मुहम्मदिन व बारिक वसल्लम। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला सय्यिदिना। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अल्लाहुम्मा या क़ाज़ियल हाजात يا قاضي الحاجات يا قاضي الحاجات اللهم يا كافي المهمات يا كافي المهمات يا كافي المهمات اللهم يا دافع البليات 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 اللهم يا مجيب الدعوات يا مجيب الدعوات يا مجيب اللهم يا رافع الدرجات يا رافع الدرجات يا رافع الدرجات اللهم يا مسبب الأسباب يا مسبب الأسباب يا مسبب الأسباب اللهم يا أرحم الراحمين يا أرحم الراحمين يا أرحم الراحمين يا أرحم الراحمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين Ya Allah Kareem, whatever was read, Allah, please send the rewards of this to all the prophets and messengers, alayhi salatu wassalam, especially our beloved sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Allah, send the reward of this to all the Sahaba Kiram, Ummahatul Mu'mineen, Ahl Bayt, Ya Allah Kareem, all the Ashra Mubashara, Khulfa Rashideen, especially Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Allah, send the reward of this to all the Siddiqeen, Shuhada, Salihin, Ulama wa Mashayikh, Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'at. To tamam mu'minin, mu'minat, muslimin, muslimat. Ameen ya Rabbal Alamin. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا خفي اللطف أدركني بلطفك الخفي. يا خفي اللطف أدركني بلطفك الخفي. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا باقي أنت الباقي. يا باقي أنت الباقي. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك أستغيث. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك أستغيث. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك أستغيث. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والله ذو فضل على المؤمنين. والله ذو فضل. والله ذو فضل على المؤمنين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن لله وإنا إليه راجعون. إن لله وإنا إليه راجعون. إن لله. إن لله وإنا إليه راجعون. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله ولي الذين آمنوا. الله ولي الذين آمنوا. الله ولي. الله ولي الذين آمنوا. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والله ولي المؤمنين. والله ولي المؤمنين. والله ولي المؤمنين. والله ولي المؤمنين والله ولي المؤمنين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل. لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا لا إله إلا لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والذين جاهدوا فينا لنهدينهم سبلنا. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. For the past few weeks, we have been speaking about various spiritual diseases that can inflict a person, a mu'min, a salik, on the path towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the issue with these diseases is that as long as they exist in a substantial manner within a person, the spiritual progress of a salik, it halts. And entrance into Jannah becomes mashkuk, it becomes doubtful, because as we know, Jannah is a place for people who are muzakki, meaning people who have been purified. So the reason that we go to different mashayikh, the reason that we do a lot of the dhikr is so we can become somebody who is clean from within, who are able to get rid of the spiritual ailments within. And the tartib that we followed was the tartib of our suluk, the way that we do dhikr. We follow the tartib of the spiritual ailments with that. So if you remember, the first thing that we spoke about was shahwat, or lusting after different things. And this lusting can really decapitate a person or can really handicap a person because it stops this person from thinking about other things, from feeling about other things, from looking at other things other than the objects of their shahwa. And so we must become people whose istihab should be the deen, the shawq should be the deen, the zawq should be the deen, everything should be the deen, and anything associated with the deen. The second, we spoke a little bit about the ghussa of a person, the ghaid and ghadab of a person. This is also something that when a person loses control, it can cause a person to break relationship. And we went into some detail about how when we are burning with ghussa, ghaid, and ghadab, when we lose control, shaitan is coursing through our veins. And so doing zikr on our lataif to make sure that we are able to calm ourselves down in situations that are not conducive to our own tabiat. Third, we spoke about this concept of tama or hirs. Can anybody remind me what tama and hirs is? Great. So, in some detail.
I think more than
So hirs or tama is basically going after dunya or anything in the dunya, wanting something that A, you do not need, or B, you don't have a right to it. So wanting something beyond your need and beyond your istihqaq. Istihqaq means your haq. You don't even deserve it, but you want it. And so you will find that these concepts are very much related to each other. When we speak about tama and hirs and bukhal and all of these aspects, they are very much related. And you will find that the root cause of a lot of these diseases are three concepts of hubbe dunya, hubbe jah, and hubbe ba. You'll always find them to be the root cause of these emotions or these ailments present within people. So one thing that we must remember is that tama, or having that kind of greed, will always lead a person to this state of jealousy or hasad. And this is not me saying this. This is comes to us from examples from the Quran itself. When we look at the story of Shaitan, Iblis, and Adam alayhi salam, this creation story that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described in the Quran, we find that Shaitan had this tama, had this hirs to become Khalifa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this dunya. And when he did not get this, based on his sense of entitlement, sense of istihqaq, that I deserve this. Not only do I want it, but I deserve it. And he presented the logic of ana khairu minhum, that I am better than Adam alayhi salam, this new creation. So you see that tama leads to this kind of takabbur and ujab, but ultimately it led him to hasad of Adam alayhi salam, and he burned so much into it, and it caused anger within him as well. So all of these emotions, bad emotions, all of these ailments are related. It's just the different parts of the sickness of a person. Usually when a person, may Allah protect them, if a person gets cancer, it spreads throughout the body. It will start here, but then, your liver gets infected, and then your pancreas get infected, then your blood. So it just destroys a person from within. These spiritual ailments are exactly like that. If you don't keep them in check, then because of these root causes, you will find that all of these ailments attack you. Let's say if you have tama for something, if you don't get it, you get frustrated, you get angry. So ghussa and ghayz and ghadab comes in. If you find that somebody else has it, then you still get angry, and now you have hasad towards that person. And does anybody know what the definition of hasad or jealousy is? What is jealousy?
When someone has something and you want it, is it jealous? Being jealous of it.
Right. So that's one aspect of jealousy, is when somebody has something, it doesn't have to be something tangible. Because the jealousy that Shaitan had for Adam alayhi salam, it wasn't something like tangible, it was a maqam. So it was, sort of like a hubbe jah, that I need this title of Khalifa fil ard. How is this that this Islamic, this dini title has been snatched away from me and has been given to Adam alayhi salam? So one aspect of jealousy is that not only whether you want it for yourself or not want it for yourself, that depends on the tama, if you want it. But you definitely don't want the other person to have it. So this is one aspect of hasad, of jealousy, is that it doesn't matter if I get it or not. You shouldn't get it. And this is what burns a person inside. You'll always find that people who suffer from this kind of hasad, they will feel taskeen, they will feel contentment only when the other person does not have the ni'mah. For example, if you find out one of your brothers is doing well in something, you feel this strange feeling inside. And now when you hear, for example, that now he's not doing so well, now you feel so content, you feel happy inside. Chalo, acha ho gaya ki he's not. It has nothing to do with you in gaining something or not gaining something. It has everything with our feeling towards mahsud, people that we have hasad towards, that we just don't want them to have anything. So this is one aspect of hasad, is that you want the other person to fail, you want the other person to lose, you want the other person to not have whatever you have tama for. So shaitan is a great example. And can you think of another example? So this was, you know, in the Asmani dunya. What about dunya? Any example in the dunya?
Son of Hazrat Adam. In the first, the other brother had a wife, and the first murder that was committed.
That's right. So Habil and Kabil story. And so there are two things. Kabil has tama towards the wife of Habil, but he also feels jealous because Habil alayhi salam's qurbani was accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He did with sincere heart, and he gave whatever best things that he had to present in front of Allah Ta'ala, and Allah Ta'ala accepted his qurbani, his sacrifice. Qabil, on the other hand, because there was some issue with the heart, and so he did not present the best thing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his qurbani was not accepted. So here, this person feels jealous not only in terms of a relationship, he has the shahwa and tama for the wife, but also he feels jealous towards qabuliyah. And so this leads him to feel this hasad towards Habil alayhi salam. And again, once you have hasad, inshallah we'll talk about kina, then you get kina, and then you get ghussa, and then all of these things just come. You can't control any of your emotions. Ultimately, it led him to murder his own flesh and blood. So what does it tell us? That siblings can have exactly like this. If one of the sibling is doing well, then the other sibling might feel, oh, why is this person doing well? I should be doing better. So bhai behan ke andar bhi, you feel you have these things. It's called sibling rivalry. Especially when you have twins. Sometimes when you have twins, this kind of behavior does come prevalent, where there's like this very intense kind of rivalry. Choti si, why did he have paratha for him in the breakfast and I didn't have a paratha in the breakfast? So things like that really affect people's thinking and their emotions and their heart as well. And it not only happens in terms of dunyavi aspects, but it also happens in dini aspects as well. Because again, if you look at the basic motivations behind all of these emotions, against the hubbi dunya, hubbi jah, and hubbi ba. And so in deen as well, sometimes people want this jahu jamal. They want this recognition. They want this feeling of appreciation. They want this, and I'm doing so much. I know I need to be known. And so even in dini circles, you will find they call this professional jealousy, but jealousy is jealousy. You will find that the big names, they will have a little lack of this openness of the heart towards others. And so that is a problem as well. Having hasad towards others. Oh, I went for Chalis, then he went for a year. I am a mufti and he is a Shaykh al-Hadith, and this person has 100,000 murids and I only have 10 murids. And so those things, they affect the heart. And it signals a lack of ikhlas in the sense that your heart has not been able to empty itself completely of all the motivation for Allah Ta'ala. Basically, this is what it's telling you. That there's something else also present within the heart, and that is causing all of these emotions to emerge and really like destroy a person inside. So we should not feel, or we should not think just because we're dini people, we have this dini attire, that we are safe from these sins and from these amrad. We have to actively work on reminding ourselves to get rid of all of this as well. So hasad is a really, really big one. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned in a hadith that hasad, it eats away the a'mal salihah of a person, just like fire eats away wood. When we buy houses, you have to get this insurance. Why? In case there's a fire, in case some because it's really destructive. It comes quickly, it burns quickly, and that's it. There's nothing left. Exactly like that, when a person starts to feel these emotions of hasad towards anyone, then you really have to get yourself in check really quickly, before our own a'mal salihah, they get destroyed by the fire of the hasad. And especially because we are a Jamaat of Salikin here, sometimes those feelings emerge. Oh, the Shaykh has love for this person, it doesn't have love for this person. The Shaykh smiled at this person, didn't smile at this person. Right? This person is on Falah Sabak and I'm on this Sabak. I'll tell you, like, Shaitan will attack you with so many different thoughts. He will use whatever thing that we are engaged in. So we are engaged in dhikr, he will use dhikr to cause hasad within us. How is it that this person is able to sit for 2 hours of dhikr and I can't do it? That they'll go and they'll try to disturb the person just so their dhikr is broken. Huh? So it happens. You find these kinds of things emerging within Salikin as well. And it's important to kind of make sure that we are able to get rid of that. Rasul Akram sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he mentioned in the hadith that my ummah will receive the diseases of previous ummahs. And he mentioned takabbur, but he also mentioned hasad as the disease of the ummahs. And so previous ummahs also had this disease. So having takabbur and takathur is also another one. But hasad is one of the main diseases that can really stop a person from improving themselves. What do you think is a good way of how do we change our worldview, or how do we change our thinking if we want to get rid of hasad? What could be a good strategy?
I mean, doing more shukr.
Sure. Hasad specifically is nashukri towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah, I am not pleased with the way that you have decided to distribute whatever that we have hasad for. For example, if it's hasad for dunya, like wealth, we are saying, Ya Allah Kareem, I am not satisfied with you, na'udhu billah, with the way that you have decided to distribute this wealth. So there is this lack of nashukri, there's this aspect and angle of nashukri with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So just having the qana'at and just being in a state of shukr. And really, people of love, people of ma'rifah, they're not looking at who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving the ni'mah to. They are looking at Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala giving the ni'mat, and they are so ecstatic that Allah ta'ala is giving. It doesn't matter if it's being given to me or somebody else. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's this aspect of giving ni'mah is being manifested, and so that causes them to go into this state of wajad and hal. Allah ki taraf se ni'mat aa rahi hai, subhanallah. Now it doesn't matter if it comes to him or him or him. Whoever gets it, lekin mahboob ki taraf se एक नेमत मिल रही है, चाहे वो किसी को मिले, लेकिन दे तो अल्लाह ही रहा है. So they have this ajib nazar on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They have in a state of being that the action of giving by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is pleasing to them, and to them they don't care who the object of being given is. So nashukri is one of the causes that a person has hasad. So trying to remain in a state of shukr, it helps with the hasad aspect. What else? So, having a proper yaqeen in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, tawakkul in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all of those things definitely help in that understanding as well. But in aspects of dunya, what do you think, causes, what is the major reason of hasad? Like if you look, just have like a overall general view that people have a lot of hasad towards each other. And hasad can lead to giving nazar as well. Right? If you have hasad towards something, then definitely that nazar is going to attack you too. तो इसमें क्या होना चाहिए? How do I protect myself so I don't feel hasad towards anything in general?
That creates another, or
Sure. So love for dunya is one of the reasons that we get it. So the answer is that in matters of dunya, we should always be looking at people below us so we can create this state of shukr. And in matters of deen, we should be looking at people above us so it can cause some kind of shawk and zok and some kind of motivation within us. What happens is when we start looking at other people around us who we think have been given so much, if you're looking at people above us in those terms, then we'll definitely will feel the tama towards that, and then eventually it will lead us to hasad as well. It will lead to animosity, it will lead to kina as well. So we should always try to just remain focused, just block that vision where we are looking at those things so it doesn't, that feeling of tama or the feeling of hasad, it doesn't enter. And there's another hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in which he mentioned that two things cannot be combined in one heart: iman and hasad. Meaning, if we are feeling this hasad, then there is something really, really problematic with our state of iman. यानी या तो ईमान है या हसद. तो ईमान की निशानी कि a person is free from those kinds of emotions. So inshallah ta'ala, we do dhikr on Latif, I said, with this hope, inshallah ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala causes us to really come and get rid of those bad feelings, whether it's for hubbe jan, hubbe ba, or hubbe mal. So any of the aspects that are causing us to have hasad towards others, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from all of those things. There's one story, inshallah ta'ala, I'll share it with you, and then inshallah we can do our muraqabah. It is said that there was once a buzurg, and this buzurg, mashallah, he went into wilderness and he's living in a cave for 1 year, and he's doing so much ibadat and so much zikr that he comes into this state of mukashafa, and he hears this voice like, what do you need? And he says that, I want to be in a state of ibadah and dhikr forever. So if my zaruriyat are taken care of, meaning my food and all of those things are taken care of, so I wouldn't have to even leave the cave. And so his dua was accepted. And every day he gets like this thali, he gets like this tray full of, green tea and rot. And mashallah, he's very happy. He's eating it every single day. Now, his neighbor found out, and he's like, acha, my neighbor is getting free food. So he said, okay, I'm going to do the same. Now, having this kind of tanafus, it's okay. This is tanafus, that you compete with each other in terms of, I want to do more dhikr, and I want to do more nafal, I want to read ishraq and chasht and nawabin and all of that. So this was okay. I mean, so far the emotion is okay. So he himself, he goes and asks him, how did you get this? And he said, well, I did ibadah for a year. It's like, okay, I'm going to do the same. So he goes into another cave and he starts to do ibadah. He starts to do dhikr. And after 1 year, he hears the same voice. And the voice says, what do you want? Do you need anything? He says that, my neighbor, he gets free food every single day. It's been taken care of. My dua is that you take that away from him. एक साल इबादत करने के बाद, the dua that he makes is, just take that away from him. I don't want anything else. But he shouldn't get it. So if we find ourselves in that kind of rut, this is a joke, but even if we find ourselves in that kind of thinking, because we are most self-aware of our own feelings. If we find feelings towards our peer bhais or feelings towards other Muslims or anything like that causes our heart to feel negative, we should really take serious note of that, and we should try to do a lot of dhikr and make a lot of dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah ta'ala, makes it clean inside, inshallah ta'ala. तो अल्लाह ताला से दुआ है कि अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला हमें हसद से, तमा से, इन बीमारियों से अल्लाह ताला हमारी हिफाजत फरमाए। अगली दफ़ा ज़िंदगी रही तो कुछ बुखल के बारे में बात कर लेंगे। अल्लाह रब्बुल इज़्ज़त जो है हमें बात भी पाकीज़ की नसीब फरमा दें। आमीन या रब्बुल आलमीन। व आखिर दावाना अनिल हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन। Inshallah ta'ala, we will do dhikr for a few minutes. Please go in a state of muraqabah. Close your eyes. Bow your heads in humbleness and humility. Look at your thoughts and step back from them. Disconnect from all of your thoughts. Bring your focus, your concentration, your tawajjuh down to your latifa qalb. This portion of our ruh, 2 fingers below our left chest. Focus on it. And then let go and negate everything in this dunya, all the relationships, all the people, everything that our heart is attached to in this dunya. Negate them. They don't exist. Those are meaningless things. Affirm Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His presence, His compassionate, merciful presence. Feel that love, feel that nur, feel that light, that faizan, that jaliyat entering into our latifa qalb, and feel it cleansing it of all the darkness, cleansing it of all the hardness, all the rust, and feel that your qalb is saying, Allah, Allah, Allah. لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. وأكل سبحان ربي على الوهاب. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين. اللهم يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك. يا حنان يا منان يا ذو الجلال والإكرام. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك نستغيث. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من الشك والشرك والشقاق والنفاق وسوء الأخلاق. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. صلى الله تعالى على خير خلق محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم. آمين يا رب العالمين.
जी सुबह का 2 बजे सफर के पास